I didn't expect to be playing this game like at the beginning of the week, but just I wanted to play something, and it was like people were saying enough good things. I bought Hellblade on Wednesday. I've been kind of busy, so like I thought that I would have it done by now, but I don't. I think I am over halfway though.
I think like 6 to 8 hours. What I heard.
That's what I've heard, and I'm at least a few hours into it. I'm sure that I'm over halfway. Really, really, really cool game.
Cool.
It's we've talked about it on this podcast before, but it's kind of interesting what they're doing where like Ninja Theory developed it. They're kind of like normally like what you would consider maybe like a AAA developer or developing things for Sony or for these big budget things.
Yeah.
But this was something they actually put out on their own. But it's still like it doesn't look like an indie game. It looks like a full fully realized game, but it's not. Like, you would be forgiven for, like, maybe seeing the trailers for it and thinking that this is going to be maybe some, like, hack and slash type of game or something like that. But it's not really, like, there's long sections of this game with no combat at all where it's just, like, it just focuses on the, like, atmosphere of it and the storytelling and stuff for long periods of time, but it feels right. Like, the pace of the game feels very, very good, which I enjoy a lot. If you don't know much about this game, it's kind of the main character, Senua. She like suffers from like some sort of mental illness. You don't really know what exactly, but it's clear there's she has some problem, and that's like right from the beginning of the game. One of the first things you see is they pop up like whoever worked on the game, a mental health advisor who like helped them like make the story. That's like the first credit you see, and I think that's kind of indicative of like what they're trying to do here. Because I'm just jumping all over the place, but they also say you need to play, like, this game is meant to be played with headphones on, like over-ear headphones, and I really, really think if you don't play it that way, you're missing out on a gigantic, like, element of this game.
Okay.
Because basically the entire game is done in, like, binaural sounds.
Wow, okay.
So, like, you have, like, she has, like, some voices in her head and some other things going on. And you actually hear it, like, in your right ear and in your left ear, like, going back and forth like that. Wow. And even if you, like, I passed by, like, a waterfall, I heard it on the left side of my head, and I moved, and I could hear the sound traveling to the right. So cool. I've had some, like, binaural things that I've listened to on YouTube and stuff, but I've never had, like, an entire game that's that way.
Yeah.
And it's like because it does that, it's just so immersive. Like I just find myself, you feel like you're in there because you just hear sounds coming from all over the place. And sometimes, like when you're fighting, you'll hear like one of the voices in your head will shout like there's someone behind you, and that's how you know like oh god there's something or it'll tell you hey go in here, go do this, and sometimes they'll contradict each other. One will be like you should go in that cave or you should follow this, and the other one's like no don't do it, and then you're like I don't know what to do. So really fascinating, very fascinating game. I don't want to spoil any story stuff. Even though I don't know if I can because it's very like kind of artsy and kind of like you take the story take what you will out of the story because it's not very like clear cut and it's not intended to be. But highly recommend it. I'm not that far in. I will say the combat and the puzzles, they're not like they get a little repetitive. But at the end of the day, that's kind of not the point of the game. The game's more of an experience, and it's only $30.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
especially like if it was $60, I would have more complaints about that. But for $30, a little bit of repetitive combat and puzzles is not the end of the world to me.
Yeah, I mean, and that's Ninja Theory's mission about this.
Right.
Giving the AAA experience that's shorter and cheaper.
Yeah.
So it sounded like they succeeded.
They did. Yeah. Especially for the price point. There's no reason not to get this. I think.
Got me excited, Darby. I know I'm getting it at some point.
Yeah, I think you might have sold me on it because I thought this was just like a like a Norse Celtic hack and slash game with.
It's like, oh, but we're already getting God of War. Why do I need that?
Yeah,
well, it's definitely like if you go into this game wanting like a kind of action heavy like hack and slash thing, you're gonna be disappointed. Yeah. But if you're kind of wanting more like a mysterious thing and a cool experience, then that's more of what this is.
Cool.
It's kind of like a somewhat historical, like it's like psychological thriller kind of.
Yeah, like there are like Norse gods. Like I don't know enough about like Norse mythology to know everything, but I know like Valravn. I don't know if that sounds any familiar to you. It's this like raven demon dude thing, And like I looked up some of it, and like I see like there's references for everything they're doing, and so yeah, I think there's definitely some historical stuff in there. I just don't know enough about it to like catch it all. So yeah, I checked that one out for sure.